Hi everyone, it's Stacy from MyCraftingTime. I'm going to show you how to make a cute, fun birthday card for anyone in your family that likes bingo. My mother-in-law likes bingo and she recently had a birthday, so I made her one of these cards for her birthday. So the supplies that I have are some pink ribbon, and it's like a hot pink and it's by Celebrate, that I got from a local crafting store. And then I have two bingo cards, and I printed these using my computer, so I'm going to show you how to resize and color these in a little bit. So I have two of those cards, and then I have a brown piece of cardstock that measures 5.5 by 1.5, and that came from Recollections that I got at my local craft store during a Christmas sale that they had. And then I have a piece of pattern textured cardstock, and that measures 5 by 4 3/4. And that came from DCWV. It's a premium paper stack, and it's the green stack, which is 100 or 70% recycled paper. It's a very, very cute pack. This is what I got the other weekend at Joann's for the big sale that they had. It has some really super cute papers in it. But that piece came from, if I can find it, this. So all I did was take a corner out of there. So that's where that piece came from. And then I have a piece of hot pink textured paper, and that measures 5.5 by 4. And that paper came from a paper pack that I got from Walmart. It's just textured cardstock by Color Book. Nothing fancy about it. It's just a bunch of pastel colors. And then finally, for my card base, it's a standard white cardstock that I cut in half, so it's 8.5 by 5.5. And that's just folded in half with a bone folder. So, like I said, I'm going to show you how to make these two bingo cards. So let me go get my laptop and I'll be right back. Okay, I've opened up my PowerPoint, and this is PowerPoint 2007, and like I said, you can use any photo or clip art editing software that you want. It's just very easy to do what I'm going to do in PowerPoint than it is to do it in Photoshop Elements or Paint. So what I want to do first is get rid of these boxes, and I'm just highlighting them and then hitting my backspace or my delete key, and then I want to insert my image, and we're going to click on Insert and then Picture. And then we're going to find the picture wherever you downloaded it to from the internet, and like I said, you can get any image, any bingo image that you want. There's some out there that you could pay for, and there are some free ones. This was a free one that I got. And I want to resize this to the size that's going to fit on my card. So I'm going to right click on the picture, and I'm going to say Size and Position. You could click and drag and make this whatever size you want, but I know my exact measurements, so I'm going to put them in here, 3.6, and it's going to auto size the width so it's not skewed, and that's 2.75, and then I'm going to click the close button. And I want to make a pink card, so one of the bingo cards I'm going to leave this color, and then the other one I'm going to have pink. So the easiest thing to do is to hit Control C. So I have the photo highlighted. I'm going to hit Control C to copy this, and then Control V to paste it. And then I'm going to click and drag and move it over a little bit. This makes sure that my photos are exactly the same size. And now I'm going to make sure I'm on format here at the top. And I'm going to hit recolor. And I want to make this a pink color. And what's nice about 2007 is that you just need to hover over any of these colors and it will automatically change that color to what you're hovering over. So I want this pink one, so I'm going to select this pink one. So that's it, easy peasy. All I have to do now is print this on cardstock on my printer and then use my paper trimmer and cut around the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then we'll be back. Alright, here's my bingo cards all cut out, and what I'm going to want to do next is I want to continue with this antique-y look feel. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab a blank piece of paper. I use that so I don't mark up my pad here. And I have some Tim Holtz Distressing ink. This one is the Vintage Photo, and I have one of his applicators. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab this on the ink. I'm just going to go lightly around the edges of this, just to give it an old photo vintage type look. So we'll do that the whole way around the card. And it's very light, very subtle, but it gives it that extra look. And then around my other card. And I think with this one, I'm going to actually go over the whole card to give it more of a brownish greenish color than a full green color. Again, just trying to go with an antique-y look. Of course, the more you rub, the more color you get. So that looks good. Give it a nice antique look. The next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to start layering my papers together. So the blue will sit, I see a little bit of white, so I'm actually going to edge that. It's from cutting it. Okay, so I want to layer this on like this. And this steps in a quarter, so each one of my layers steps in a quarter of an inch. So I'm going to glue the back of this with my ATG gun. And then I'm going to line that up so that the dots on the bottom are on the bottom of this. And again, it lines up about a quarter of an inch, so it's not too hard to line up. Perfect. And then the next thing that goes on top of this, I wanted to put this border on here like this, but I wanted to add a lace to the bottom of it, and this is a Martha Stewart. I'm not sure what it's called, but it looks like lace. So I'll punch that. It's an edge puncher. Pretty easy to use. You just line them up as you're going. They make a mess though. And then the other side. And I just have a little bit on the edge here to get, really love these stamps, or these punches. Okay, so that gives it a lacy edge. Get all my little pieces out of the way. It's really cute. So I want this sort of towards the bottom, and I purposely cut it longer because I like to cut this off after I get it in place just to make sure it fits the whole way to the edge. So I will put some HEG on the back of this. Then I will line it up, make sure there's no HEG on the front of it. Kind of get close to the edge there. Not a problem. Okay, so this will, oh, this is the bottom here. Dots are at the bottom. So I will line this up about 3/4 of the way down, lining it up on the one side, making sure I'm straight across. Just looking at it before I press down on it. That looks good. So I'll press down on it, and then I'll take some scissors, flip it over. Actually, I'm going to use my non-sticky scissors since it has some adhesive on it, and we'll just cut the back of this to exactly match. Seems to work out the best for me. Okay, so there we go. Next thing I want to do is I want to put my bingo cards on, and I actually want them to overlay a little bit on my card. So I'm just going to eyeball this up. So I don't want to glue this down yet because I want to put ribbon on. But I want to get a good general idea of where these are going. So I need to make sure I have room at the top too for my sentiment. I think I'm going to go like that. So this one I want to glue straight down. So we'll put some adhesive on this one. And this one will go right about, so it hangs a little bit off the end and off the corner, so that looks good. And this one I actually want to pop dot up. So I'm just going to use some 3D foam squares I got from my craft store, and we'll put one on each corner and one in the middle. Again, just eyeballing this up. This one is popped up over top of that one, but it still gives me enough room to put my sentiment at the top. So perfect, so that one sets up. Now next what I want to do is I want to put my ribbon on. And I need to put this on before I put this down so that I can hide the ribbon in the back. So we're just going to fit this on. And I'm actually just going to tie, you know what, I'm just going to tape this to the back and then tie a knot on the front. So I just need to cut this to size, and then we'll use the cheater method. That's what my pink stamper calls it. So I'll eyeball this up on the front in the center of the brown border that we put on there, and I'll just run a piece of tape on the back. And this will all be hidden in the back, and then I'll do the same for this side. So run it across and hide it in the back. So need to make sure it's in the center. And there we go. Perfect. And then I want to tie a little knot on the top. So we'll just tie a cute little knot on the top, like that. And I'll clip my edges on an angle. There we go. Looks cute. Alright, so next I want to put my sentiment on here. And what I'm using for my sentiment is some black Stays-On ink. And I have this cute set that's Inkadudo, how do you say that? Inkadoo? that I got from a local craft store, and on there is one that says happy birthday, so that's the one that I'm going to use, this one at the top here. And I keep my stamps in CD cases, it's just easier for me. And we're going to drop this down on our mat, and then take our block and line it up, and then I'm going to ink it up. It's actually stamped pretty good, so you don't need to press very hard. Make sure you get it good and inked up. And then I'm going to put it at the top. Center it just like that. Perfect. So the next thing you do is we need to stick this on the front of our card. So I just need to put some ATG on here. I just go right over top of my ribbon just to make sure it gets good and stuck down. And this again steps in 1/4 of an inch. So shouldn't be too hard to align. There we go. Okay, so there's just one final thing I need to do. I had gotten these Pizzazz Aplenty. I won them off of a blog hop, and I wanted to give them a try. So I also got one of these gel pickers with it to help pick them up. So I'm going to use 4 of those. And I'm going to use some Joel's It embellishment glue. And I'm going to use a toothpick just to get a small dab of that onto my ribbon. I'm going to actually put 2 on each side. So I'm going to take a blank piece of paper and just put some glue on there because I don't want to put too much on my ribbon. And I'm just going to take a dab of that and put it right on my ribbon where I want my gem to go. Doesn't take much glue. Then I'm going to take my gel picker, pick up my, and then if you can see that, my pearl. I'm going to set it right on there. Alright, sorry about that. My battery died, so I had to go plug in the camcorder. So I'm just going to put another dot next to the first one. That's a dot of glue. And then pick up my next gem, put it on, put it in place, and then we'll do the other side. So these are pretty simple to put on. So there you go. It's a happy birthday card that I made for my mother-in-law for her birthday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you get a chance, stop by my blog at www.mycraftingtime.com and leave me a comment, become a follower, and also stop by my YouTube and become a subscriber there too. Hope you all have a great and awesome day. Thanks.